Yo, what's going on, guys? Alright, I'm back. We're doing another YouTube video here. Today, we're going to be listing or ranking the fights in Star Wars. So, all our duels here. We are missing a couple, so I'll just do honorable mentions and I'll tell you where I would put them. So, yeah, let's get to it. If you guys want to do this and tweet me or send me your list on Instagram or comment them on this video, let me know. But we're going to get right into it. So right off the bat, I want to let you guys know I'm gonna be harsh on most of these because I'm going to go off of what I feel like Star Wars battles should be, and it's different for everybody. But in my opinion, they're supposed to be flashy. They're supposed to be fast. So yeah, you guys can kind of tell what I'm going to base mine off of. But I guess we'll just go down the line from here. This is a great fight. Like I said, in the original trilogy, they're very slow, clunky, not very flashy, which is okay. They're not horrible. You'll see when we get further down the line what I mean by that. But I think I'm going to put this one in the middle. Really good. Luke's not the best in this one. Vader's not really doing much. He's just trying to turn Luke. So I think here is our best bet. Now here, this fight, very underrated. People don't talk about this one much. This is when Anakin's really becoming a really great swordsman and a duelist. Basically defeats Dooku on his own. I'm gonna put this one above that, just because it's a little bit more flashy, a little faster, and it means a lot. It's one of the biggest turning points in Anakin in the movies. I know a lot of stuff happens in the Clone Wars that kind of turned him to the dark side more, but we'll go there. I'll be honest with you guys, this one, bad. There's barely any sword fighting, lightsaber fighting. It's not even real Luke. Spoiler alert. I don't even need to say anything else about that. This one, immediate S tier. Darth Maul is one of the coolest characters. And when the movie came out, people didn't know him. Clone Wars came out. He got a really good story arc. Made this fight even better. Now, before we keep going in order, I do also want to put this one up there, just based off of that first fight. So if you guys don't know, there's a whole big story about the voice actors on this. So Sam Witwer, as you guys know, does Darth Maul, was going to do a practice run of this scene. He was going to record his voice, and they were going to add in Obi-Wan's later. And the guy that they got to stand in for Obi-Wan for the first shoot did a perfect Alex Guinness impression. And he did his voice lines, they did the whole scene, and then the guy left, and afterwards Sam basically was like, we're using that. So they wound up using it, or using that guy. I don't know if they used that take, but that's one cool thing about this fight scene. That's not really about why I put it up there. The reason I put it up there is if you watch Obi-Wan, he goes through 3 stances. I believe he goes through his first stance, then he goes into so he goes in from his stance in episode 3 when he does the 2 fingers and he points. Then he goes into Qui-Gon's stance, to the side, and then I believe he goes into his From A New Hope. I could have him out of order. I think he might go into Qui-Gon's stance last. I don't remember. But I know Maul tries to use the same move he uses on Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan counters it. And the poetry just between those 2 fights is why I'm putting them both up there. Alright, Darth Maul versus Qui-Gon in the beginning. Kind of meh. It's cool, but Darth Maul's not using both blades for some reason. Darth Maul also tried to run over an innocent kid that he had no idea, so we'll go ahead and put this one here as well. I like it. It just it's not super meaningful. This one, again, I don't rank, not just because they're slower. These, Vader's not trying, guys. Wait for Kenobi to come out. Maybe I'll redo this if Kenobi has the good fight scenes like it's supposed to. I keep accidentally right-clicking. But if they have a good fight scene with Vader, we'll see Vader full potential actually trying to kill Kenobi, and we'll see how good he is really. Because in these, he's not trying. He's not trying when he fights Luke here. He's not trying when he fights Luke here, so this is going to be. Now, this one, you guys know, Ahsoka. While this isn't her best fight, it does mean a lot. Like, this is the first time she sees him after everything happened, right? Boom. It's going in A. Very emotional. Not a lot of fighting going on, but she does get Vader. She catches him off guard, so definitely put that one up there. Oh, okay, I was going to say, what about the Finn part? So, this one, I'm going to put in D, just for potential. Finn had the most potential out of sequels, and they did nothing with it, unfortunately. But I like Finn. I wish they would have stuck with making him a Jedi, or Force sensitive at least. This fight was cool. I don't know. I kind of want to put this one lower, but it's almost the same thing. Yeah, we'll just put it in D. Maybe that's too high. We might have to move those. We'll see. Yeah. Self-explanatory. Great fight scene. A lot of stuff going on. Super well choreographed. I know it's like CGI for him, but Ewan McGregor is just amazing. This fight scene, I actually love this fight scene. Anakin's style in this, right after he loses his second blade, and he's just fighting with the blue one, I believe. The way that he's holding his hands above his head and fighting from up here, I always thought looked so cool. So this one, I'm going to put up here too. Maybe a little higher than most people would put it, but I enjoy that fight scene a lot. This one, I feel like this one could go either here or here, B or C. I think I'm going to go with C just because you don't get a clear winner. Like, I know Mace was about to win without Anakin there, so like you could say he was the winner, but he did lose. So yeah, I think C works for that one the best. And I know I said I ranked these off of the fighting, but I feel like I'm doing the movies injustice if I put this anything lower than B. So I think I'm going to put this one in B. This one is arguably, I could put this one in A. The only reason I won't put it in S tier is because it's not a good fight. If you guys watch the Reimagine one, if that was the case, if that was the real fight, this would be here instantly. But because of the fighting, I'm going to take it down a rank. I'll put it in A, just because it's the first one. It's the first one we ever see. It's classic. Also has a lot of meaning. Yeah, this one's just kind of average. I just feel like, I know Dooku's like a really good duelist. Anakin kind of destroys him in this fight, right? Like, basically, barely, it seems like Anakin's barely trying against Dooku. The fact that Yoda can't just instant win, but he fights Palpatine and like somewhat holds his own, I think is ridiculous. Palpatine is the most overpowered character in the whole Star Wars universe, and he's one of the greatest duelists, arguably twice as good as Dooku. He took on Maul and Oppress. He's just insane. He's supposed to be the most powerful. He's the Emperor. So the fact that Yoda couldn't just destroy him, in my opinion, kind of makes this not a good fight scene. I'm not going to lie. I remember this fight scene, but I don't remember it. Like, I remember seeing it. I just don't remember exactly what happens. I'm pretty sure that's when Vader comes down on the TIE fighter standing on top of it. It's a very good fight scene, but I'm going to put it here and move these down, actually, because I don't remember it too much. It wasn't very memorable for me, so... Is that fair? They just don't fight with lightsabers enough for me. Like, two of the greatest duelists of all time, and they used lightsabers for 5 seconds. I get that it's supposed to be like a powerful fight, like, see who's more in tune with the Force, but I don't know, again, these two are so good. Like, if this was more lightsaber, this would be here. And you guys know where this one's going. It does not get better than this here. It just does not. Voice crack. It just does not get better than this at all. I don't even know what to say about it. Like, it's just too good, man. Yeah, it's like the biggest point in Star Wars. Like, it is like the climax of Star Wars. If you ask me, like, the prequels leading up to that are the beginning, and the Clone Wars, like, that's the beginning of your story. And it's like, you know, you get to Revenge of the Sith, it's like the middle. End of Clone Wars, like season 7. Revenge of the Sith, it's like your middle. And then your climax is Obi-Wan versus Anakin when he becomes Vader. That is like your the climax of the story. And then when he becomes Vader, when he's Vader, I just feel like you could either categorize that as a new story or like your decline. Like, nothing, it doesn't really go up from there. Like, it's the same war. They're still fighting. Like, it's the Rebels versus Empire, which is what starts right here. So I guess it's like the start of a new story is what you could say. But yeah, this is just beautiful. Beautiful. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch the choreographed one. I forget what you call it, but on YouTube, if you looked up like behind the scenes choreographed Hayden Christensen fight, there's a different version of this fight scene. It's not Ewan McGregor, but it's someone he's practicing, or Hayden's practicing with. Super cool. A lot more force effects that they would have been adding in and stuff, but yeah, nothing beats this. For my honorable mentions, another S tier, Ahsoka versus Maul, final season of Clone Wars. One of the best fights in my opinion. They mo-capped it, so it took all the Clone Wars fights to another level. And it was just so good. It was so good. And then another good duel. It's not a lightsaber duel, but I'll mention it anyway because it is one of my favorite fights. When Ahsoka fights Din in Mando. Super good. I'd probably put that like C, maybe even D. But super good fight. I liked it. It was a couple seconds, but it was really cool. That whole scene with Ahsoka. But I don't know if you'd even put this on there because it's not a lightsaber duel. But you guys let me know what you think about my tier list. I think it's going to be pretty accurate to most people's, maybe other than this. This one I don't think a lot of people would pick here. I feel like this is like S tier in a lot of people's eyes. And then this is probably lower for most people. Same with this one. But this is my opinion. If you don't like it, that sucks. Oh well. Sorry that you watched the whole video and you didn't like it. But anyways, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.